Hey, today I'm gonna teach you how to kickflip. It's like that. Before you learn how to kickflip, you should learn how to ollie. I have a video of how to ollie, so if you just go to my page, you'll see it. And before you learn to kickflip, you should probably know how to pop shove it. And foot positioning for a kickflip, you want to have your foot angled at the top. Like, you should have your foot on the tail. It doesn't really matter how you have it on the tail. It's just as long as you can, see it. Have your foot on the tail. Have your other foot like this, angled at the top, like that. And your other foot like that. So then the next step, you want to pop and then slide your foot off. Not too far up and not too far down. But right, if you see this bolt right here, about diagonal from that. You can think of it like that. You want to pop, slide your foot diagonal off that bolt, and like when you flip, make sure you raise your back foot up so the board goes up with you. So you'll pop, slide your foot up, you raise your foot up, it'll spin, and if you're a beginner, you don't really have to worry about catching it, because like it'll just fall on its wheels like that. Like, when you get really good, like you'll be able to go like catch it and slam it down like that. And some troubleshooters, there's a lot of them. When people pop, they'll pop and slide their foot, and they'll have a foot go out right here, or it'll spin, they'll land over here, or it'll spin, they'll land over here, or it'll spin like that. Well, to fix this problem, to fix that problem, is to make sure you pop the board. If you know how to pop shove it, you know how that goes, because if you don't pop, it's going to shoot behind you. But if you pop, it'll go with you. So just make sure you pop, flick, jump up with the board, catch it if you can, and that's how you fix that. And another thing to do, which is a good thing to do, is when you do the trick, lean forward. When you pop and you flick, make sure all your weight is above the front foot, so when it pops, you're above it, and the board comes with you. And another thing to do for this problem, for that problem like that, what you need to do is kind of jump forward with the board. Like, make sure you jump forward. So when you flick, you're actually going this way. Because like the problem is people, when they flick, they'll bring their back foot with that, like where you flick it. So it'll be like, so when they flick it, it's going to go like that, and the board, and their foot goes out here. And so like they bring their back foot out here, so that's what causes that to land it. Just make sure you flick and you get the front foot back up. Keep your back foot still if you want to. Don't. And another problem is like that on the boards like that. It's because you're flicking down. You kind of want to flick. You kind of like flick out. Like when you flick out, raise your foot back a little bit higher. Catch it with your back foot and land. And another troubleshooter is, what I had a lot was I would pop it, go like that. I would land with my back foot on the ground, and the board like right here, and like my back foot be right here or right here, around that area. It's because when you pop, you're leaning back. Because when you pop, you're leaning back. So, just make sure you jump up with the board. It's the key thing about skateboarding. And it took me a good while to learn kickflips. It really did. Moving, I tried to learn moving, so that might have been a problem. You can always do it in the grass. That kind of helped you. Or hold on to something. If you hold on to something, like when you go up, just kind of lock your elbows on the thing so that you stay above the board at all times. So when you get used to that, you will always, you'll be able to do it. You'll be used to being above the board. You'll land it every time. And subscribe if you have any questions. or comments, you know, and I'll make a video. If you want any more troubleshooting tips, just tell me, and I'll show you some examples, of the troubleshooting.